Today's July 29th. It's exactly 1 month until the grand opening of Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Orlando, and we got some gifts to celebrate. Universal today announced 2 highly anticipated houses for Halloween Horror Nights this year. The 2 final of the 10 houses. We also have info on the 2 shows that are coming this year. The scare zones are coming along so quickly. The park is fully being transformed. There is construction going on over by Rip Ride Rocket, which closes in August. A ton of new stuff happening. And yes, we're still in the middle of this heat wave. My skin is on fire. It's 100 degrees right now, but like 99, and it feels 110. So before our brains fully scramble, let's go and have some fun. We've got all this construction going on around Rip Ride Rocket, which is closing in August. It keeps progressing. All right, let's talk about the 2 houses that were announced today. I think these 2 have been so highly anticipated. So we have Five Nights at Freddy's. It's coming. You wouldn't last 1 night at Freddy's, let alone 5. You're about to be hunted by deadly animatronics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy as you flee through creepy abandoned hallways. And there was sort of a second post that they said, get ready for the night watch at the creepy abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where nothing is what it seems, and possessed animatronics are lurking around every corner. And we've got a video for that, and it looks so cool. I started to get into the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I saw the movie, and I've been doing some reading. All I knew about Five Nights at Freddy's before was that it was a video game where you would watch security screens, and you were the security guard for Freddy Fazbear's, and the animatronics would come to life, and they were haunted, and now I know the whole thing, all right? I've gotten into the lore. I watched the movie, I watched the behind the scenes, I've read up all about it. I am very much into the lore now, and as someone who loves animatronics and puppets, and knowing that the Henson studio created the animatronics for the film, I'm super into it now, okay? I love creepy dolls, toys, animatronics, puppets. I love it. So I'm super psyched for this, to walk through and see all of this, plus the nostalgia of that feeling, you know? Probably Fox is the creepiest looking of all of them, to be honest. But yeah, very exciting. And then we also got WWE presents the horrors of the Wyatt 6. All right, so this is there's a long lore behind the Wyatt 6 and Bray Wyatt, and they're kind of like a horror wrestling team, but he's been doing this for a long time. Now, creepy, scary horror wrestling people is not something new to Halloween Horror Nights, because Hollywood had an Undertaker house some years ago. I think it was like 10 years ago or something. The lead guy, Bray Wyatt, passed away, so it's kind of like a tribute to him, and he has a puppet show that he did, which again, I love creepy puppets. So this is a very interesting mix, right, of 2 very different franchises. I don't know, this year I'm vibing with it. All right, so having given you those announcements, we're gonna talk more about them, but let's go look at the brand new merchandise they put out for both. Oh my gosh. All right, well, entering Hollywood here, the Masquerade Scare Zone is coming along amazingly, and we're gonna go around and look at all the amazing Scare Zone stuff. This is beautiful though, it looks like the entrance, right? Wow, very cool. Oh my gosh, there are even more stages and more decor pieces on the stages, and the Five and Dime looks bumping right now. Oh, I love it. So they've got a new Pardon Our Dust sign here, and it's updated to say, pardon our dust, we're in the process of transforming our park for Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights, the world's premier Halloween event. And look at this, they have more animals. They had bats on the first stages we saw. Now we have like a gorgeous crow here. We've got like a panther on this one. Ooh, love this. And the Five and Dime is bustling with people looking at the new merchandise. So there's a sign outside here. We've got the Wyatt 6, the Let Me In, his creepy mask that he wears, very cool. And then the other side is Five Nights at Freddy's. We've got Freddy Fazbear. He's like, you ain't watching me, I'm watching you. That's awesome. Doc is coming in. All right, so here we go. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's design. He's over the security screens. You can see him in many different forms, but this is like very cartoony looking. He's got his pretty shiny eyes. He looks almost inviting, but then you look in that mouth. Oh, and he's scary. Now, something new they did for this year was this sort of puzzle piece, and now it is fully complete. You can buy each of these pieces individually. I love this, and again, I hope they do it every year. So they've got Freddy Fazbear out here. They've got a hat. That's a cool hat. We are absolutely picking this up. I kind of like this design because The whole thing that is that juxtaposition between like, oh, it's just a cute, sweet animatronic singing you songs, and then, rawr, spoiler alert, haunted ghost kid. Hopefully you know the story before you do the house. Halloween Horror Nights 2025. On the other side of the creepy display, we have the shirt here with "Let me in, let me in." You see, he's a creepy boy, I tell ya. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's the back design. So they have the Wyatt 6 design on the front. That's cool with the WWE. Neat. And here's a big display of so this year, right, the theme is the conservatory. So it's all about stained glass and creepy vines and stuff like that. And I love this piece. Like, it's insanely cool. I love the gargoyle theme, everything. It's like, oh, it's so gorgeous. We have Terrifier, Jason Universe, Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Wyatt 6. I must ask, how do you feel about your new friend? One thing I think is really cool about both of these IPs that were announced today, the WWE, Wyatt 6, and Five Nights at Freddy's, is they're both really, how do you say, they both have a cult following, right? And they've both done really well at building their own story and space in the imagination of the people who are into these things, right? And like, I'm from Florida, so if you're from Florida, it's legally required that you at least know something, at least a cursory knowledge of wrestling. I can't explain it. It's just the way it is. Like, wrestling, it's WWE, it's Florida. I mean, you have no choice in the matter. So that is a really fun one. And I think they have a lot of material to work with, the masks and the props and the costumes and the puppets and the characters that they have come up with. They're so good. The whole thing with the fireflies. I just met someone so sweet who's a huge fan, and she has a tattoo with the lantern, with the "Let me in," with the fireflies. They do this thing where they come in and the lights go down and everyone holds up a light and like, you're part of the fireflies. There's so many iconic moments and iconic imagery in both of those franchises, really, that I think this is going to be very scenic houses. I think one thing everyone can agree on here is that Bray Wyatt would have loved this, and hopefully he's watching and sees that this happened, because it's really cool. All right, that was a lot of fun. Did some shopping, talked to a bunch of friends. The excitement is real, the hype is real. Now let's go check out the scare zones, because they're looking fly. They are looking slay. All right, I won't overuse slay, I promise. All right, so we saw this stage and this stage last time, but now we have added 2 new stages and these sort of entrance gates. We've got the wrap up for the mega movie parade happening, and there's another entrance gate on this side, which looks awesome. This is gonna be the Vampire Masquerade scare zone, and the music, I'm already masquerading. Masquerade! We're just in time for Ghostbusters! Woo-hoo! Nice. Ghostbusters, one of my favorite films of all time, the whole series. I just love this float. I can't get over how cool it is. What are we gonna call them? Ghostbusters, that's who. The other side is Slimer. The former Williams of Hollywood prop shop has been turned into a UOAP, so that's annual pass holder and team member exclusive shop right now, and there's so much cool stuff in here, so let's go take a look. If you do want to see Little Boo though, he's still here in the Williams of Hollywood pass holder shop that's going on right now. You do have to be an annual pass holder to come in here, and there's tons of cool stuff on discount and props from previous tribute stores and like Dead Coconut Club and Halloween Horror Nights and all sorts of cool stuff. Shrek, the former Shrek attraction. There's so much cool stuff in here. So awesome. I love that this is all here. And they have Halloween Horror Nights icons of years past up here, which is so cool. I love it. There's so much cool stuff in here from Halloween Horror Nights years past. And one cool thing I just thought of looking at some of the icons of years past is that the lantern thing with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt 6, the lantern is part of their iconography, it's also part of Halloween Horror Nights iconography and the icons that live in the lantern. So there's a lantern crossover there. They've turned this into kind of like a mix of a prop shop and a pass holder discount store. And it's so cool. I love all of this. All right, the Mega Movie Parade just passed by. I watched it. It's great. It's such an amazing parade. I hope that it lasts into the eons. But there's a ton of new stuff in the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane scare zone, a ton of new stuff in Origins of Horror. There's some construction that's wrapped up. There's a bunch to see in the park now that we've gotten our merchandise, our shopping. It's crammed in here and saw the new merch and the Hollywood Masquerade scare zone. So let's go look some more. Let's talk Lagoon show. Do you see this? This was a yellow archway, but now it's a red archway. And this thing here, I have some wonderful news. A Lagoon show has finally been announced. Ooh, spooky dookie. All right, look at this. We've got lots of Halloween Horror Night stuff, these screens and these lights and stuff. We've got these cooling zones all over the park where you can get some air. Forget about having your hair done, all right? On a day like this, forget about it. Just stay cool however you can. That is nice. Woo. Now, ever since we've been talking about Halloween Horror Nights and coming around the park to see what's new and what's going on in here, I've been talking about how I hope they do another Lagoon show this year. And they have. Ghoulish had a baby. Some of you may remember the short-lived Ghoulish Lagoon show. It had like projections and lasers and fountains and all this cool stuff. It was so cool. Cut short by a hurricane, never came back. Now we have the next iteration of Ghoulish, finally announced, so it's called Hauntophonic, A Ghoulish Journey. And I love the name Hauntophonic. I don't know why, it sounds like something I would come up with. It's just very super enthused-y sounding. I don't know how to explain it. If you get it, you get it. So a ghost story is rising from its watery grave, meaning like Ghoulish is back, to haunt the Universal Studios Lagoon, featuring towering water scenes and eerie music. It's back! I'm so hyped. If you've seen any of the Lagoon show here, you'll know they are fantastic. The viewing area is over there, but you can see it from all around. But if you want to see like the projections face on, you want to be over here. And yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for that because it's such a great addition to the park. It's such a great way to do something different, watch a show. I don't know, I think shows are a really important part of Halloween Horror Nights. So the fact that we have 2 shows announced for this year is great. I'll tell you about the other one shortly. First, let's take a walk down Crooked Lane. Oh my goodness. Look at the trees. I love that they've added this sign, 9 Crooked Lane, because you know why? Cats have 9 lives. We've got this lantern on top and the bricks. Do you see how it's all like disorienting with a swirly pattern? So this scare zone, the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, is about trick-or-treaters who get turned into felines, right? So I love this classic Halloween look that we've got going on. I think I hear something. Meow. Did you hear that? And they've started to totally transform the scare zone, and the trees are filled with pumpkins that we can imagine will be lit up at night and look incredible. We've got to find our favorites in here. I really like a classic. I like that little tiny one right in there. Let me know if you see a favorite in here. Do we see any vampire-y looking ones? Oh my God, there's so many and they're so cute. Will the new Lil Boo be born here? Wait, I think I see me. I see my pumpkin up there. I name her Enthused O'Lantern. Or you could just call her Jackie O'Lantern, because my name is Jackie and I have been called that before as a lover of Halloween. There's so much cute stuff in here. Let's keep looking at it all. I love this little green skeleton in a Halloween tin with "Enter if you dare," "Happy Halloween," a little wicker looking pumpkin all on top of a barrel. All of this is very traditional, classic Halloween decorations. And I love every single thing that's happening here. I know that the whole event, Halloween Horror Nights, the whole point is Halloween themed, right? But anything that is traditional, classic Halloween themed, I'm gonna love more than anything. Look at this guy. He looks like he's been put out as a Halloween decoration for like 30 years, right? They gave him this look like he is just an aged scarecrow. Oh, look at these. Oh my gosh, I love these. How is this all gonna fare in the rain? You know what? I think intentionally they're giving it that weathered look. Like these are Halloween decorations that have been out here at Crooked Lane to lure trick-or-treaters for years. So the more weathered they get, the cooler they'll look. What is this? This little roasted marshmallow. Oh, and then underneath it, a carved pumpkin looking like a spooky house. I guess her house. This is all just beautiful. I love this look completely. And I love the pumpkins in the trees. Even in the daytime, they're so bright orange, they really pop. So another thing we've got here, we've got these overgrown twigs. Oh, look at these. Those are so cool. But we've got kids' bicycles with pieces of their Halloween costumes left behind, and they're all rusted. Like they've been here a long time, okay? These kids were turned into cats, we don't know how long ago. How long has the crooked cat lady been stealing trick-or-treaters, turning them into scary cat people? We don't know. Now we've got these again with the sort of wavy brick designs, and look at the bottom. This is stone that turns into brick. This tells me that she's been at her antics for a long, long time, since olden times into the modern. Oh, we have a whole pile of decor over here. Oh wait, I almost missed Spooky Ghost. I love him, or her. I love Spooky Ghost. Look at this, we've got Lou Wasserman looking over Crooked Lane. How nice is that? And we have all sorts of stuff, it looks like left over from the trick-or-treaters. We've got a shoe, all sorts of like rope, creepy toys and dolls, clothes, pieces of their costumes. This one was dressed as a little clown. This is so cool. I love it. There's even like, what is this, like a old doctor's, like what you see in old movies that doctors would carry, or a toolbox. One of the two. Either way, this looks awesome. Wait, and as I back up, which I almost tripped over myself backing up, I noticed that this box here, look at this, it's full of holes, as if it's carrying pets, animals. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Oh, more rusted bicycles, and this one even has the trick-or-treat bucket filled with candy that's been sitting here for who knows how long. Another of these green skeletons that are weathered. I love them. Lots of pumpkins. Oh, even some fall leaves down here. Stuck in the bike tires. Nice touch. More discarded pieces of kids' costumes. This is great, I love it. There's my girl Enthused lantern. She's hanging up there bringing cheer to all of these pumpkins. Got another kid's bike and more cool decor. I love exactly this. If you ask me what type of Halloween decor do you like, I'll say this. Cat Lady Crooked Lane. That's it. Look at them. Oh. That gives me the chills. That's like ASMR to me. The sounds of them clacking against the gate. The sounds of Universal Studios rides in the background, like ride music. Gives me the chills in the best way. So yeah, this is really, really coming along, filled with set pieces, props, decor. Look at this little scarecrow. She kind of looks like me, doesn't she? Well, I don't have my hair in its things today, but I can't get enough of how cool this is. Every single piece. Look at these guys. Oh, they're definitely gonna light up. That's gonna look so cool, lit up ghosts. Oh, this is like a carved pumpkin, but like, you know what I mean, not a carved pumpkin, carved out of wood. This is all wonderful, beautiful, fantastic. I love every single thing. Every single thing. And these here could serve as many purposes here in this scare zone for scare actors to get you. Cool. I like the variety of fall leaves. The pumpkins are mostly up in the front, but maybe they'll fill the back up. Either way, they look amazing. Now, when I came out the first day this was out, there's been a lot more added. This is now covered. This is so cool. Oh, they've added a lot in here. Oh, this is cool. There's lighting in here. This is definitely some enclosed piece of the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane scare zone with cat scratches everywhere and like scare actors to get you. I love this. It's like a little mini scare zone within the scare zone. I love this. And it smells like fresh timber, fresh wood. Ah! Look, a little photo op for Bad Guys 2. That's cute. You can be like in the car. There's sweat dripping into my eyes, okay? I need it. Oh, is my fan still back here? Yes, they have a high-powered fan back here, one of the cooling zones. There's a line for it all day, every day, and I'm gonna go get in it because I need it. My camera's overheating, my phone's overheating. Let's get into this fan and then some AC and then we'll continue. My camera literally says device overheated right now. I'm gonna go into SpongeBob StorePants to cool off. Patrick is chilling in there. Maybe going into the sea will help. Besides the Lagoon show, the second show announced for this year is Nightmare Fuel's Circus of Decay. So Nightmare Fuel's back. This once vibrant circus has festered into an unending nightmare. It's a sinister spectacle of pyro, aerialists, and illusions. So there we go. 2 shows. Love that. As far as New York goes and the Toxic 20s scare zone, nothing is out yet that I've seen so far, besides the fact that the arcade is closed and there's a lot of stuff going on here, like kind of inside of there. Oh, a stick. All right, we got our first truss here, unless that's been here and I didn't see it. But yeah, nothing super obvious yet here. We've seen changes here, like signage has come down and stuff like that. And surely there's stuff going on inside of here. Oh, but check this out. Here in Gramercy Park, this has had construction walls up around it for quite a while, and they're down. Look, woo! Oh, this is great. I love how open this is. Lots of benches in there to sit on and take a break. Yay, it's all open. Great. Wonderful. Construction back here going on still. Gotta watch Rip Ride Rocket go as much as we can. It closes, oh my gosh, next month. Whoa, next month. Less than a month left. By the way, with Rip Ride Rocket closing, if you haven't yet gotten your Rip Ride Rocket closing shirt, I highly recommend that you do. This is the Farewell Tour 2025. So that's gonna be a keepsake, you know? Like a closing shirt. I love when a park does that. It's a farewell tour, babies. You gotta get it. I'm popping inside every store I possibly can to try to get AC. This would be the time when I would recommend like dine inside somewhere like Finnegan's or Minions Cafe or Louie's or something. Go inside, have some food, or ride an indoor ride like Transformers or a Minion Blast or something like that so that you can cool off, because you gotta take breaks. And I just drank a Powerade too, chugged a Powerade. All right, now that I cooled off in there for a second, check this out. In this very front section of the park, the Minions Land area, we have Scare Zone stuff. So that confirms that this will be the Origins of Horror Scare Zone, where you'll enter a decaying conservatory of twisted vines, where artists carve tributes to Halloween Horror Nights 34. You'll encounter monstrous crows, gargoyles, and more. Oh, I love that. And this is all the way back here. So that means that this scare zone looks like it'll go all this way, which is awesome. Here's another piece. It looks like they're still building. And there's another piece all the way up here in the front. So this one being all the way up here, and the other one I saw being all the way at the end of the street, means we've got a big entrance scare zone. And these look like pedestals that the statues could be standing on. Super cool. And this, the Origins of Horror, as you come in, surely there's gonna be a lot more than this, connects into the Masquerade, which also has that conservatory look. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. There's still a good amount of the Jaws 50th anniversary stuff left. Not everything, but almost everything. But the Jaws sippers are back. These were in high demand, and they are back. Is there anything like in here? There's a whole thing here, see? Crazy, isn't it? $24. Man, this heat is bogus, okay? It is untenable, unbearable, unacceptable, uncool, man. Can you chill? I know, you're a Floridian, you should be used to it. Who could be used to living on the surface of the sun? No one, okay? No one is too dang, well, whatever. All right, you get the point. It's a heat wave. I know I talked about this in my last video where I went to Disney Springs and the heat wave and tried to like stay cool the whole time. In a theme park, it's a very different strategy, right? You want to do indoor rides as much as you can, even outdoor coasters. You get that wind going at you, at least once you're on the ride. You carry the little fans that everyone carries, drink a lot of water, have your refillable cup, all those things. I carry a water bottle in my bag, and you can refill it with ice cold water from the freestyle machines for free. We also have many of the refillable cups, which you can pay to reactivate at a pass holder rate that's very reasonable to have beverage all day long, which we often do as well. I didn't bring mine today. I'm just watering it up, but I did spring for a Powerade because I felt the need for speed. Anyway, such an exciting day. The final 2 of the 10 Halloween Horror Nights houses for this year announced 2 franchises with huge fan bases, right? Very cult following type of thing. Speaking of cult, the Wyatt 6, like that's part of their thing, that like he was a cult leader, and they have characters, and it's a whole world, really. There's a good documentary about Bray Wyatt, who kind of started this whole thing and did the puppets and all of that, and now his brother and the team carry on the tradition. This morning when I got here, they had announced both houses, but they didn't have like a social media post yet, but now they do, and it says dare to take on the fiendish Wyatt 6. So it's 6 because like 6, but also 6 because like that's sick. Enter their eerie arena and go through a doorway into their maniacal minds. And then also they said go head to head with the Wyatt 6 as they lure you through the ominous doorway to their shadowy realm. You're about to meet your match. Get it? Like match, like a wrestling match. It's not boxing, it's wrestling. It's like wrestle. Get on the. You know, if you didn't know, the wrestling world is full of characters, right? Performers are characters, and this is a series of characters, a family of characters carrying on the legacy of Bray Wyatt, and their whole thing is being scary and spooky and creepy and rawr. So we'll see what kind of imagery we see in that house. Should be pretty cool. So let me know if you're a fan of either of these, the Five Nights at Freddy's or the Wyatt 6 wrestling and spooky wrestling and stuff like that. Neither, both. Let me know where you stand on this and which of the houses. Let me know your top 3. Top 3 of the houses announced. So we have the scare zones, the street experiences, the houses all announced. The scare zones are coming to life, but there's so much more to come, I can tell, because like New York, there's like nothing there yet, and that's gonna be cool. So we'll see. What we don't have info on yet still are the tribute store, the food. Am I missing anything? I think that's it. I think that's what we're mostly waiting for here. So as soon as we get that, I'll definitely be out and show you more, and of course I'll be out to show you the park being transformed for Halloween Horror Nights. They transform the streets to make them into scare zones. During the day, they tend to cover anything that's like too scary or gory, and they cover it with like tarps. And then at night, all bets are off. It's scare time. 1 month from today. Now there's a caveat to that 1 month from today, because this year Universal is doing premium Scream Night on the 28th. So like the 29th is the official opening night. That's opening night, but the 28th is an additional extra night, an upcharged premium event that comes with unlimited food and non-alcoholic drinks, all the Horror Nights food that you can eat, really, really low crowds and stuff. We went last year for the first time that they ever did this, and it was one of the best nights we've ever had at Horror Nights ever. Now, I do think it's gonna be more popular this year than it was last year, because last year was the first time ever, and it got such rave reviews from everyone, even from people who are normally like critical of everything, had a great time and reviewed it well. So I think it's gonna be more well attended and popular this year, but I hope it has the same vibe of like super low crowds and just, you're in the house with just your party, like pulse through That is worth every penny, in my opinion, as a huge fan of this event. But anyway, I will keep the updates coming, keep the dog days of summer coming. This month is wrapping up quickly, but we have a lot more to come, and August is going to be very, very exciting. We have some fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned for everything. Let me know what you think, how your summer is going, how your heat wave summer is going, how the dog days of summer are going for you. I'm gonna go to my car and blast the AC. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'm sending you a ton of love. I'll see you for the next video, and until then, as always, stay enthused. Bye.